been a while since you've looked at geometry. So maybe if you need to go back over any of this stuff, do have a look. We'll go through an axiom. Just a statement that we accept without proof. Just makes logical sense. A theorem is like a sequence of logical steps that has a structure to it. Corollary is a statement that follows readily on from a theorem, let's say. Converse, well, it's like the reverse. So if I said to you, all squares are rectangles, is the converse of that true? Are all rectangles squares? No. So sometimes the converse is true though. Vertically opposite angles, alternate, corresponding, isosceles triangle, interior angles in a triangle, exterior angles, quadrilateral, parallelogram, similar triangles, the ratio of the sides in similar triangles, Pythagoras' theorem, the area of a shape, a circle, diameter, chord, the word perpendicular and tangent. There's plenty of information here in your book to do with all that sort of stuff. What a line segment is, what a line is, what a ray is. Guarantee you, loads of you know this from TG. Different types of angles that you might have, how to label them. And this is all stuff that you have looked at junior cert. So I'm going to assume that you're okay with it. There's maybe something that you might want to have a quick look at. There's some examples of some axioms on that page. You have vertically opposite angles, two straight lines crossing each other. You have parallel lines here and what's called a transversal. And then if these are parallel lines, you will have alternate angles that are equal. You can see the little Z, and you can see that a bit clearer down here, or a backward Z. You can also have, if you have parallel lines, you'll also have corresponding angles that are equal. What else? Oh, if you're having any issues remembering any of this stuff, like if you didn't do TG or you want to just practice a little bit of algebra with this, you could have a look at, this is exercise 6.1, 8 and maybe 9. I think you should be okay if you do 8, but yeah, maybe 8 and 9 is what I would have a look at there on that. Then your triangles, just to remind yourself, the three angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. If you have an isosceles triangle, two of the angles are equal. It's the two that, not necessarily the base ones, just in case it's, that the two lines are pointing towards that and those two lines are pointing towards that. So it's those two that are the same. Your exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. Not saying that's an absolute necessity in comparison to the three angles of a triangle add up to 160 degrees. And then this is the first thing that's new. So the two sides of a triangle are together greater than the length of the third side. So if you want to draw a triangle of length 10, 7 and 6, you have to check, right, is 10 and 7 greater than the other side? Yes. Is 7 and 6 greater than the other side? Yes. Is 6 and 10 greater than the other side? Yes. Then it is possible to draw that triangle. So the other two sides have to be greater than the third side when you add up the lengths. And that's the very first thing that you, now unless you've done TG, you probably have come across it then. But that's one of the first things that's new for your leaving cert that you might not have come across at junior cert. So then they ask questions like, oh, can you determine if this is possible to draw these two triangles? If yes, why? If no, why not? Make sure you support yourself. It's all about explaining yourself. I would then you might need to do all of them, but exercise 6.2 is good. And the newest stuff, if you're very happy with all the stuff from junior cert, you don't need to do all of it, but I would try 4 and 5 anyway. maybe 6. And then you should be pretty okay. Have a look at your quadrilaterals, your parallelograms, all the information to do with that. You know, if there's any word that you come across that you're not sure of, make sure you get on to me. Area of your parallelograms. And, you know, just even if you get as far as there, look, I know it's years since you've seen it. For some of you, maybe not. For others, if you do DCG now at Leaving Cert, it might be a bit more familiar to you, but I'm going to take it that you understand it. Ask me some questions. I will clarify that on videos tomorrow, and then we'll move on again.